Hello traders, very good afternoon. This is Madhuram and welcome to today's episode of Market Analysis. This is episode 45 and today is the 29th of November 2019. The current time is 3:45 p.m. IST and the market has just closed 15 minutes back. So before I share today's analysis, let me just give you a quick disclaimer that trading involves substantial risk and is not suitable for everyone. Also, whatever information I'm sharing is for educational purposes only and cannot be used for any trade related activity. So with that, let us quickly look at what happened today. And let me first quickly start with sharing the volume profile chart. So this is nothing but a 60-minute chart, and if you see on the 25th of November is when so if you see what was the overall context, we were in a sideways market, and after 25th November we are just trying to trade in one direction. Okay, so if you draw trend lines, uh, okay, so I'm very bad in drawing those lines, but let me see if I can find the indicator. Okay, so this is nothing but a trend channel. So what I'm trying to share with you guys, if you see the low of the 26th of November was right at this trend line, then also this was again at a trend line, this was again at a trend line. Okay, so what is happening is this was again at a trend line or a channel high. So there are a lot of visual references which I'm seeing. And one more thing, the reason why I was looking at this today and I was trying to go short is what is happening is inventory is just trying to go for long, inventory is going long to too long. And the same thing I shared yesterday. And there are visual references wherein you are seeing that the players are entering in. So whenever such visual references are developing or happening, always be cautious and always try to change your thinking that something is changing in the market. Okay, so the reason I was looking at is because of the volumes. So what I shared yesterday is with the increase in price, the volumes are decreasing. Okay, so ignore today's volume. But if you see in the last four trading sessions, with the increase in price, the volumes are decreasing. That's why I was a bit alarmed, and it gave me a sort of hint that something is changing in the market, something is gonna about to happen in the market. And today was the day which we saw what happened in the market. Okay, so let me now quickly jump to the market profile chart. So what has happened today is, if you see the overall auction development process, we cleared the all-time highs, and this was yesterday's close. So we had a bullish close, and what happened is open was above the yesterday's high or the all-time high. So this indicated that when the open is above the yesterday's value and the yesterday's range, when the open is above, this indicates that something big is going to happen. Okay, because the price or the interest is high. So what has happened is today it was classic scenario of open equal to high type of a case. So as soon as the Nifty index opened, sorry, the futures chart opened, so what has happened is it exactly, or it tried to enter into yesterday's range, and it was trying to reach the yesterday's value area high. Okay, so it was trying, the price was trying to reach the value area. That is what I'm trying to share. Okay, and in the since last couple of days, one more thing which I'd like to share is the fairest price. So this fairest price, this fairest price, this fairest price in the last 4 days, if you observe the close, okay, it was above the fairest price. Okay, so what is happening is whenever, so we are seeing a bullish close and next day buyers are, they are just trying to step in. So the auction is actually not trading at the fairest value. So a lot of emotional buying was happening, and today it is the reason why we saw a sharp 100 and 120 or 100 odd points down move. It was nothing but a stop hunting activity which was going on, because there were a lot of stops which were being developed. So stops being developed at yesterday's low, at this low, around this single print zone, which was not tagged, but there were a couple of stops, which were built here and which were built here on the 2-day low and the yesterday low. And that is what, the auction was one time framing down once it hit all the stops. And then so I was actually anticipating it to go to this level 12040, but it did not happen, and buyers again started stepping in. And what happened is, as soon as the buyers started stepping in, this was a sort of a retest. Okay, and again sellers, so this candle and this candle were a sort of retest. And sellers, so those who missed this down journey, again this is a visual reference where again the sellers started stepping in, and they were trying to take out the today's low, which did not happen. And again buyers started stepping in, and it took out this weaker reference. Okay, so today we also have an ORR top. ORR top is nothing but open reverse rejection. It's a market profile concept by Mr. Rajendran. He is one of my mentors, so this is not from my. ORR top is also used by Jim Dalton a lot. So we are forming an ORR top. So this would be a potential top in the Nifty. This is what it is indicating. So we are currently at the highs or at the all-time high. So this will be the potential all-time high, and tomorrow I'm seeing to clear out all these single prints which were developed because of the emotional buying. Okay, so this is what overall context is talking to me, or it is what I'm able to understand. Also we have some weaker references, so let me just see what are the other weaker references. So there are a lot of weaker references present. Okay, a lot of weaker references there, and this is where the buyers will be active again. This is the first target from the positional perspective, 11,800, and there we'll be seeing some sideways activities. And if it break below the balance, then I'll be, from positional perspective, I'll be keeping this as my targets. So this is what my overall high level plan is for the Nifty. And just a second. So let me just mark the references which I'll be carrying forward for trading for the Monday's session. So if you see, today's close is around the around the developing point of control. Just a second. This is the close, this is the high, this is the low, and this is the developing point of control. Okay, so tomorrow what I'm expecting is tomorrow meaning Monday, what I'm expecting is to have some sideways movement, some balancing activity, followed by continuation to the downside. Okay, there are some anomalies present here, so maybe it will be clearing those, and then we'll be expecting those. Okay, so that is what my overall thought process is for trading Nifty. So I did not had a good trade in Nifty, but I was able to spot a very good trade location in Banknifty. So first, let me just quickly go through what was going through my mind. Okay, so this is today's open. So today's open was within yesterday's range, and it was within yesterday's value area. Okay, this indicated that the fairest price of yesterday has been accepted. If this goes below this, then that is a good opportunity to target the lows. Okay, so that is what my thought process was and my trade plan was. So as soon as today's open, it saw a rejection. It also again formed an all-time high. Sellers started stepping in at this high and also this high. So we are having clustered highs. Okay, so this is a weaker reference which I'll be carrying forward, and the high in Bank Nifty is a bit weak. So what I'm seeing is so as soon as the point of control or the yesterday's fairest price was tagged down, it was tagged. What I did is I went short somewhere in the C period. So somewhere here is where, because what I was expecting is continuation to the downside. Okay, continuation to downside, because in the right from the open, it saw early rejection, and the auction was just trying to develop or develop lower. So what I was expecting is to have an overlapping value forming, but the value is currently it's going down. It's lower compared to yesterday's profile, and what I'm seeing, so I entered somewhere here, and then I was able to make out this take out basically trade as per my trade plan. Then what I did is I again entered for a long position somewhere here, and this was again, I was expecting to clear out the weak references, but it did not happen. But what happened is the third last period, it hit my stop loss, and then I again exited. Okay, so that is what my trade action or my trade plan was. So the references which I'll be carrying forward for looking are today's high, today's close, today's depok, and today's low. Okay, so this is what I'm anticipating is furthermore balancing, because I was waiting for this peacock level to get clear, and there are stops built here. So balancing and then clearing all these references. Okay, now let me just jump to the Reliance and see what happened today. So Reliance also had a similar auction development process like we had in the Nifty. So it was open equal to high type of a setup. There was a clear rejection so it formed an all-time high, and we can say this is the ORR, or this is the again all-time high, and it immediately moved below the prominent point of control. Okay, and there were some poor highs which were developed, the B and C period high. So there were a B and C period high and B and C period low. Okay, so once the D period went down, that should be a good trade location for targeting the lows. Okay, targeting yesterday's low and maybe day before yesterday's low. Okay, so this was achieved in 1.5 hours, and the overall the auction is just one time framing down. So what I'm anticipating is this gap to get cleared. Okay, this is what what I'm looking from the Reliance chart. And coming to crude oil, something really cool is happening in crude oil. So if you see, we had this poor high which were developed in the overnight session. Okay, this is the overnight session and this is the US session. So what has happened is this is the US session open, and it got buyers stepping it at the point of control. So when this type of setup was developing, you should have just taken along with your first target as today's high, or the overnight session high, and second target as the POC. Okay, and it cleared all these weaker references. So right now it just tagged these references. Okay, so I'm still awaiting further continuation to the upper side. And one more thing is, I think there is in US there will be a holiday today, and currently in the overnight session, it is just trading sideways. Okay, I think there is Thanksgiving in US, so today the US market would be closed. But please do have a look, because I generally stop trading after 3:30. So I just look at the crude charts to understand what's happening in the overall in the commodity market. Okay, so with that, one more thing is, so I'm traveling tonight, and I'm traveling abroad, and I'll be back home to my office and work office on the 5th of December. So 5th of December, I think there is one more news event. So I won't be able to share my analysis video for the coming Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So on Thursday, I think it is also the expiry. So 5th of December, I'll be back and I'll be sharing the video. And sorry for that, guys. I'm going for work. Traveling for a couple of meetings, meeting new customers, and let's hope that I'm able to reach my business target, which I have planned for this year. Okay, so with that, I'd like to end today's session and request you to please to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon in order to know about the new videos which I'm uploading. And please do follow me, please do visit my website, and please do subscribe to my Telegram channel. Okay, uh, great, guys. So nice talking to you, and let's connect again once I'm back from my business trip. Okay, with that, take care, and happy trading, safe trading. Yeah, bye for now.